Mukham karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim yatkripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam. So in last class we saw this, that the summary of the verse 1, we will begin from there. The whole of the verse 1 is a beautiful introduction to the whole of the Bhagavatam. It lays down a foundational basis for the topic that is going to be dealt with. So that Brahman on which we are going to contemplate, about which the whole of the Bhagavatam is speaking, the definition of that was given using the Tatastha and Swarupa Lakshanam. Let us meditate upon that. So we take a Sankalpa, the Grantha itself, the text itself makes this Sankalpa that may we meditate upon this infinite Brahman. And that Brahman is the one which revealed the Vedas to the Chaturmukha Brahma, the four-faced Brahma, or who is also called as Hiranyagarbha. Then we moved on to the second verse. We just began contemplating on the second verse. The Vedas are broadly divided into three portions: the Karma Kanda, Upasana Kanda, and Jnana Kanda. So we saw that the Karma Kanda deals with all the various rituals that we do. Even the simple puja that we do at home these days are all derived from the Karma Kanda portions of the Vedas. The Upasana Kanda is also very closely related. It is like a travel from Karma Kanda to Jnana Kanda, where you meditate upon your Ishtadevata or any other deity. There are a lot of stotras, and it is from where the whole of Bhakti Yoga and Dhyana Yoga emanate. That is the portion of Upasana Kanda. The Jnana Kanda deals with Upanishad, which consists of lot of philosophy and basically the idea of what is Brahman, what is the final goal of life, and all such topics are dealt with in the Jnana Kanda. The Vedas being the foundation of whole of the Sanatana Dharma, they are very wide in nature. They have so much that is built into them. They are a huge corpus of texts. For one person to read even one branch of a Veda takes a lifetime and more. Now we want to know what is the essence of Veda. What are these Vedas giving us? What is the summum bonum? What should we do at the end? This is what everybody wants. I want to know what is it that has to be done. What is the goal? So now tell me. And in this place comes Bhagavatam. And that is the second verse, which tells, I will give you the best of Karma Kanda, best of Upasana Kanda, and best of Jnana Kanda. That is why this Grantha has come, and Bhagavan Vyasa has given this Grantha, and hence Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krite. That Mahamuni, the great sage Vyasa, he was called as Vyasa because he split the Vedas into four portions and gave it to his disciples. So the term Vyasa itself means to cut and give. So he divided the Vedas and gave it to his four disciples. That Veda Vyasa, who knows the whole of the Vedic Rashi, he is now penning down this Grantha called Srimad Bhagavatam so that he can take out all the essence and give it. The best of whatever is there in these kandas are being given in Bhagavata, and that is what this verse goes on to say, that this is Paramo Dharmaha. The Karma Kanda deals with Dharma, and this Bhagavata is that Parama Dharma. It is the greatest Dharma. And how is that Dharma? It is without any Kaitava. So we saw that Kaitava means, in this case, it means desire. It can also mean whenever we do any action, for example, we do it for the sake of the goal. We want to attain something from doing that action. We don't do action simply for the sake of action. We don't do it just for the sake of that. We would like something from that. We would like to get something from that. But that is not the case with this dharma. That is why the adjective projjita kaitavaha, meaning there is absolutely no desire to follow this dharma. That means bereft of the desire of fruit, no desire for following dharma does not mean there is no desire in dharma at all. It is a step beyond dharma. So it is paramaha dharmaha. It is not like a business transaction basically. So we do not go to God and say, see, I will do this for you and you grant me something in return. So that is kitava. You are expecting something. Say, I will perform this, you give me back something. There is no expectation of that kind of result. I will do this Bhagavata dharma. I will do devotion to you, O Lord. I will be devoted to you for the sake of that, not for the sake of any other fruit or phala. That is projjita kaitavaha. There is no desire, there is no other intention. So the intention is very pure. So to show that purity, it says projjita kaitavaha. Who are able to do this very well is nirmatsaranam satam. Those sadhus, sat means sadhus, who have no envy at all. By envy, it is showing all the 6 ripus that we have inside, all the 6 internal enemies. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada and Matsarya. These are the difficult enemies to win over. So those who have won over this, they are able to do unconditional bhakti towards Bhagavan. And that is that dharma that it is being talked about. The whole of Bhagavata is being voiced by Shuka Maharshi, Shuka Brahma, who has no attachment to the world. And he says, but this qualities of Bhagavan, somehow they pull me, this Bhagavata dharma, it somehow attracts me and keeps me here. Parinishtitopi nairgunye uttama shloka leelaya grihita chetaha rajarshe, he says. Meaning, oh Parikshit, I am attracted towards this without any condition, because the qualities of the Lord are like that. They are so infinite and so beautiful that even for a person who has given up all attachment in this world, this dharma, it attracts and it captures them. And hence it is paramaha dharmaha. And because it is paramaha dharmaha, it is the best of the karmakanda portion. So of the whole karmakanda in the Vedas, what is the best if you want to get? You will find it in Bhagavata. Hence, it is the best of karmakanda portion. Next. This verse has a term called tapatraya. This tapatraya means, tapa itself means some kind of suffering, some kind of dukkha. Literally, tapa means heat. Heat is always kind of distressing. You want to be in a nice temperature. So, tapatraya means this threefold suffering that is there. It is common to all living beings. So, the first kind of tapa is adhyatmika. Adhyatmika tapa is caused by our own body. Here, Atma means this self that is there, not the internal Atman. It means this body and mind that we have is referred to as Adhyatma. So that problem which is caused by body and mental, we have mental suffering, emotional suffering we go through. Similarly, we have lots of physical suffering. So all this is Adhyatmika tapa. Similarly, there is Adhibhautika. Adhibhautika is from other beings. So from people around us or other animals or other living beings, any living being it might be. So mostly for us humans, now it is due to other humans. We develop some kind of anger, we develop hate. All this is, we think it is because of somebody else. So that is a cause. That is the second kind, which is Adhibhautika kind of suffering. The third is completely not under our control. It happens due to natural or divine causes. There might be a great disaster, something completely not in your hand. There might be floods, there might be earthquakes. So many kind of natural problems that could happen which are not in our control at all. So that is Adhi Daivika. If you go to the astrologer, he gives a list of problems. He says this graha is not in the right place, that graha is not in the right place, or these are very conducive for you. All this is Adi Daivika. So these are the three kinds of sufferings that are there. The idea of these, of our four purusharthas, is to, of moksha, is to remove all the sufferings. Moksha itself means to remove suffering completely and give you the greatest of ananda. Right? And hence, this verse, it says, Vastavam vastu vedyam. Vedyam vastava vastu. Vedyam is there in the shloka. So, Vastavam means the real vastu that is there, the actual vastu that is present. That means that Brahma vastu, that infinite Brahman, that has to be known. By knowing that, what will I get? What is the point of knowing that Brahman, that infinite vastu? Gives the greatest of happiness. Then there is no more to attain. There are no more desires. So these desires are the one that gnaw at our mental state. They keep gnawing. And we want more and more and more of something else. That is why we are not satisfied. Once you get the jnana of this Brahma vastu, there is nothing more to attain. No more desires. And hence that has to be known. Because that gives the greatest of happiness. Supreme happiness is granted. That is what is Shivadam. Shiva means that which is pure, that which is supreme. It gives that supreme happiness. Shivadam, Shivam dadati iti Shivadam. Tapatraya unmodanam. Because this word came, that is why I gave the concept before, that it removes all the threefold sufferings. So, the goal of Vedanta, of Bhagavata, of any moksha grantha, is to grant the supreme happiness and remove all suffering. And this Bhagavatam does that. So that is mentioned here, that it removes all dukkha and grants the greatest sukha. Shivadam tapatraya unmodanam. These two give us the goal, what is to be attained. And hence, this is the goal of the Jnanakanda portion of the Vedas. Why do we have to know Brahman? The Jnanam of Brahman gives us mukti. And what is the definition of mukti? Shivadam tapatraya unmodanam. That which removes all suffering and grants supreme happiness is mukti. That is what Jnanakanda is about. So this Srimad Bhagavata is the best of Jnanakanda also. It gives you the best of Jnanakanda. Moving on. Kimva paraihi Ishvara sadyo hridi avarudhyate kritibhihi shushrushubihi tatkshanat. So here it asks, what is the use of all other texts? There are so many texts that are available. We began with the Vedas, but it is not possible to understand and read the whole of the Vedas. What is the point of reading so many texts? So you can read hundreds of books and become a great intellectual giant. You can do a lot of arguments. That is not the point. The point is to have devotion towards Bhagavan and get this jnanam. That happens here instantaneously. Ishvaraha sadhyaha hriti avarudhyate. While reading the Bhagavata itself, that devotion is naturally generated within one. One does not have to put in a great effort to generate devotion. And once that devotion comes, jnanam naturally arises. So that Ishvara, Bhagavan, he instantaneously appears in the heart. He enters the heart. He forcefully enters the heart of the person who does Parayana of Bhagavatam, who is a devotee of Bhagavatam. So for who? And that is the next adjective, Shushrushubihi Tatkshanat. Those who desire to listen, those who desire to hear it. Shushrusha means wanting to hear. Shrotum Icha Shushrusha. One who wants to hear, one who desires to hear, for him at that very instant, Bhagavan enters the heart. But who will have that desire? Who has that kind of desire to listen? Why are we all coming and sitting in this class? Why are we listening to Bhagavatam? Because of Purva Janma Sukrita. Because this person has done Punya previously. And that person is known as Kriti. A person who has so much punya that he is able to come to a class and attend and listen to that, he is a kriti. Kritibhihi shushrusubhihi tatkshanat. At that very instant, Bhagavan comes, enters their heart. And then, once he is sitting in the heart, what is the use of all other texts? What is the necessity to go to any other text? This Bhagavatam itself is Bhagavan himself. And hence, since that this Grantha itself is Bhagavan, it is your Devata, all your meditation, all your devotion, all your puja can happen for this itself. And hence it is the best of Devata Kanda or Upasana Kanda as we call it. So, this is the essence of all three Kandas. Thus, this verse, the second verse that we saw, it describes how Bhagavatam is the best among all three Kandas. Now, the same verse gives us another concept called as the Anubandha Catushtayam. Catushtayam means we know four things. What is Anubandha Catushtayam? It is a very well-crafted manner in which any traditional Grantha is approached. Any traditional Grantha, any Shastra that you take, the first thing that it would say or a teacher would tell you is about Anubandha Catushtayam. What is this Anubandha Catushtayam? We will see now. So the first among Anubandha Catushtayam is Adhikari. Adhikari means who is fit to read this Grantha. You have a Grantha in front of you. Who is the person who is fit? So, in the Laukika world itself, in our material world, we have various criteria for a particular, taking up a particular course or doing something. Whether it is a job or it is studies or anything, we have prerequisites. So, Adhikari is kind of a prerequisite. What should that person be proficient in so that he is able to come for this Grantha? So, in this case, it is one who is bereft of envy due to the punya of previous births. We have that word Nirmatsaranam Satam. So, those who are not unnecessarily involved in too much material world, they are the Adhikari for this. Or else, even if you are involved, if you come to this, you will become like that. So, you become, that is the kind of Adhikara that is necessary. It is not that you should know great amount of Sanskritam or some other Shastra you should have studied or you should be very intellectual. No. What you should not have is envy, too much desire, much anger. All this has to be kept under control. That person is the Adhikari for this Grantha. Second is Vishaya. What is the subject matter of this whole Grantha? The subject matter of this whole Grantha is listening to the glories of Bhagavan and thereby attaining him. Ishwaraha sadhyo hridi avarudhyate. That is the Vishaya. It is to listen to the glories, Leela Avataras of Bhagavan. That is the whole Vishaya of Bhagavata. The third is Prayojanam. What is the goal? Okay, I am an Adhikari, I will read it. What will I attain? What will I get by doing this? What is the point of all this? The point of all this is Shivadam Tapatraya Unmolanam. It is a cessation of all sorrow. All sorrow is removed and eternal bliss is granted. That is the Prayojanam of this Grantha. So, when these three are there, what is the relation between that Vishaya and Prayojanam? That is called as Sambandha. The relation between the first three or Vishaya and Prayojanam is called as Sambandha. There are various kind of Sambandhas that are possible. In this case, there is a particular goal and the means to the goal is given in this Grantha. That is the relation that is there in this Grantha. It is called as Pratipadya Pratipadaka Bhavaha. That whatever is intended, the Grantha says, I intend to give you this. By reading that Grantha, do you get that? Yes, you do get it. That is the relation that is given. Okay? That is the Sambandha. Do not worry about the Samskrita pada that I used. This is the relation. The relation between the goal and the means of attainment is there in this Grantha. And hence, this is called as the Anubandha Catushtaya. Any Grantha you get into, even if it is a Laukik Grantha, you take up a particular book and you want to study accounts or you want to study computer science, you take a certain book You will have to know these four things. You need to have the prerequisites to understand what is given in the book. You need to know what is the subject of the book. You need to have a certain goal. By reading that book, I will attain such a thing. And all the relation between those three should be clearly defined. So this is called as the Anubandha Catushtayam. All these four, the Adhikari, Vishayaha, Prayojanam and Sambandhaha are mentioned in this verse. As we already saw, Adhikari is Nirmatsaranam Satam. Vishayaha is all the glories of Bhagavan. Dharmaha Projjita Kaitavaha. That is the Vishaya. What is the Prayojanam? Shivadam Tapatraya Unmodanam. And the Sambandha is there between all these three. And therefore, Ishwaraha Sadhyo Hrivi Avaradhyate. Also, in this verse, the second verse, the word Atra is used 4 times, 3 times, thrice. So, in the first line you say Dharma Projjita Kaitavaha Atra. And again you get Atra and Atra thrice in the verse. That Atra is to show, Atra means here. It is to show that here he is stressing on here to say, here you are getting everything. Whether the thrice it is used to say, Karmakanda, yes, here you have it. Jnanakanda, yes, here you have it. Upasana Kanda, yes, here you have it. And that is why the word here, Atra, is stressed thrice. And that is also an important note to make, which the Bhashyakara Sridhara Swami stresses upon that and says, Atra is there, here it is there thrice. Now we move on to verse 3, which is Nigamakalpataroho Galitam Phalam. So the verse 3, now it gives us the essence of Bhagavatam. Now the Anubandha Catushtayam is over. We know why we have to read what is happening. We have a basic idea. Now Vyasa is saying all the Vedas are there, yes. Those Vedas are like Kalpataru themselves, meaning they are the wish granting tree. Whatever you ask from the Vedas, they are ready to give. You want wealth, there are some rituals to be performed. There is a way to get wealth. You want children, there is a way to get children. You want to get married, there are rituals to perform for that. For every desire that you have, there is a way in the Vedas to attain that desire. So they are like Kalpataru, wish granting tree. Nigama means Vedas. Kalpataru is the wish granting tree. So these Vedas, which are like wish granting tree, so any tree, what is the most important thing in a tree that we usually want is the fruit. That is the final stage of a tree. Everything that comes, whether leaves come, then shoots come, then slowly it grows, there are branches and various things. But the fruit is the final fruit. That is why it is called as fruit also. Hence we use the word fruit for anything that is the result of something. Whenever we use the word fruit and result interchangeably, because fruit is the final product of the tree. So that fruit of this Vedic tree is the Srimad Bhagavatam. For that whole Vedic tree, Srimad Bhagavatam is the fruit. Phalam is Bhagavatam. How is this phalam? It is extremely sweet. This extremely sweet fruit flows from the mouth of Shuka. This word Shuka is used in 2 meanings here. Srimad Bhagavatam, as we know, is recited, is given as Upadesha by Shuka Brahma to Parikshit. Also, the word Shuka means a parrot, literally means a parrot in Sanskrit. In trees, usually the parrots go and peck upon those fruits which are sweet in nature. So, once a parrot has pecked, you know it is sweet. And that can be taken as a sweet fruit. So this is also, it has been pecked, this Bhagavatam has been pecked, it has been tasted by this parrot called as Shuka Brahma. Shukamukhat Galitam, which flows from the mouth of Shuka Brahma. And it is just infused with nectar, Amritadrava Samyutam. Like every word is filled with that bliss. It is filled with that nectarine bliss. Swadu Swadu Pade Pade, says Bhagavata later. Like every word is filled with that bliss. It is so beautiful to keep on reading that. And it talks about rasam. What is the rasam? Rasam is Brahman itself. So here in the literal meaning we would see that whatever the parrot has pecked, that is very sweet like nectar and it flows down like juice. But the secondary meaning that is being given here is Shuka Brahma, whatever is flowing from his mouth, is talking about that Brahma Vastu, which is bliss itself, and that word Rasam means Brahman. The Vedas themselves call Brahman as Rasam. Raso Vaisaha Rasagkyevayan Labdhvanandi Bhavati, says the Upanishad. So this Rasam is Brahman. Shuka is talking about that Brahma Vastu and he's just pouring, he's just raining nectar on everyone. And hence, the Grantha itself is calling out to everyone. See, there is nectarine rain that is pouring. All of you who are Rasikas, who are connoisseurs, who want to listen to this, who are Bhaktas, who are devotees, who have that emotion within you. A Bhakta is someone who needs to have that emotion. Bhakti cannot be dry. You cannot go listen to the Katha and say, it was fine. You have to get involved with that story. You have to get involved with the characters and you have to move with them. That is that emotion. And a person who can do that is a bhavuka, who is able to have that rasikatva. He is called a bhavuka. Oh rasikaha, bhavukaha calls out. Bhagavatam is calling out to all the rasikas and bhavukas. Repeatedly you come here. In this world you don't find, all of you are being inside the threefold suffering. But here there is a nectarine bliss that is flowing. Come here, drink this. Pibata. Shuka is giving you all juice. Come on, drink this moksha. Drink this juice. When should you drink? Not only when you are stuck in samsara. Shuka himself, who has attained that jnana, who is a Jivan Mukta, even he is drinking. We saw in the first verse itself that Srimad Bhagavatam is respected and listened to by even sannyasis, even Jivan Muktas. That's why, Layam. Layam means moksha. So even after moksha, even after one has attained Jivan Mukti, one can still stay in this rasa and keep on enjoying that rasa. It is that kind of rasa. So it is a very alaukika rasa. It is not something that is just material like some all other enjoyments that we have in this world. It is something beyond all of that. And hence, even alayam, even in moksha, you can drink this and you can enjoy this rasa. So alayam pibata, even in moksha, go on drinking it. Drinking means through the years you can keep drinking that. So this verse shows that Bhagavata is the fruit of all Shastras. So from Vedas come all other Shastras that we have. And Srimad Bhagavata is known to be the phala of all the Shastras. That is the third verse. Moving on to the next verse. Now we move on to the Kunti Stuti. The first three verses we have seen. We move on to the Stutis. We begin with the first Stuti, that is Kunti Stuti. Srimad Bhagavatam, if you see the whole structure, we saw the chapters and cantos and all that. It is not like Srimad Ramayana or Mahabharata, where there is a single main story and it flows. Srimad Bhagavatam rather flows with various stories. Parikshit asks a question and then there is an answer from Shuka. Or even in the first skandha, which is by Vyasa himself, there are various anecdotes from here and there. So there is not like a storyline which begins and chronologically it moves. It moves back and forth and it depends on the question it goes. So Bhagavatam actually begins at the end of Mahabharata. It is post-Mahabharata war. The context itself, the first skandha of Bhagavata where the Kunti Stuti arrives, the situation is after the Mahabharata war. The war is complete and that is where this is happening. After the war, Yudhishthira is crowned as the king and Bhishma is also is going to attain moksha. So this is slightly before that, before Bhishma Mukti. So during that time, Parikshit has been protected from Ashwathama's Brahmastra. So after the war, Ashwathama gets enraged. He wants to kill the whole of the lineage. He knows Abhimanyu's wife, Uttara, is pregnant, and that is the only seed of this whole lineage that is remaining. In the war, everybody is dead. All of Pandu Putras are also now dead. Ashwathama killed them on the last night. So there is nobody else that is remaining among both Kauravas or Pandavas, whatever you call, only this seed is remaining in Uttara's womb. Ashwathama wants to kill that. And then he puts the Brahmastra, and Uttara comes to Krishna and she says, "You are the only one who has to protect me. Pahi Pahi Mahayogin Deva Deva Jagatpate." That also comes in the same chapter, in the 8th chapter itself, the 8th Adhyaya, where Kunti Stuti comes. So Uttara comes and she surrenders to Bhagavan, and Bhagavan immediately goes into her womb and protects that unborn child. And hence he is called as Parikshit. He is also called as Bhagavad Rataha, means one who has been protected by Bhagavan himself. He is called as Bhagavad Rata. So the Parikshit has been protected, and after all this, now Krishna is departing to Dwaraka. It has been very long, since the start of, before the war itself, from the time the Pandavas returned from the forest, Krishna has been with them. He has to go back to his own kingdom and see how Dwaraka is faring. So he is departing to Dwaraka. That is the moment when Kunti approaches him with all gratitude and emotion, and she says, "How much help you have done for us. With words I cannot talk about you or talk to you, and all that I can do is bow down in front of you." And those words of gratitude come out as Kunti Stuti. So that is the first Stuti in Bhagavatam towards Bhagavan Krishna, and we have learnt the first few verses. We shall begin. Kuntyuvacha. Kuntyuvacha means Kunti said. Uvacha means to say. We will see this across the whole of Bhagavata, even in Mahabharata. It is similarly, that is how whenever a person speaks, it says Uvacha. Kunti Uvacha. Kunti spoke like this. Namasye Purusham Tvadyam. That's how she began. Tva Namasye means I bow down to you. Tva means Tvam itself has a different form called Tva. Tva means to you. I bow down to you. Kunti is actually the aunt of Shri Krishna. Kunti's father is Vasudeva. Vasudeva's sister is Kunti. Krishna's father is Vasudeva, and Vasudeva's sister is Kunti. So she is actually the aunt for Krishna. So how can somebody elder to Krishna bow down? Bow down to... So he is my nephew. Why are you bowing down to him? And she says, why am I bowing down to you? Adyam Purusham. I don't look at you as my child. You are not my brother's child. You are that primal being. You are that first, from where the whole of creation originates. You are that first Purusha that is there. So you are the Adya Purusha, and hence I am bowing down to you. You are God himself. You are Ishvara. You are the supreme person. Ishwaram Prakritehe Param. You are beyond the Prakriti itself. This whole of creation that we see, we call it as Prakriti. Anything that changes is all Prakriti only. So this whole of Prakriti, you are beyond that. Because you are the controller of the whole Prakriti. You are the creator of the Prakriti. You control everything in this, and hence you are beyond that. Any person who controls a certain thing is always beyond that particular thing. If we are able to control a computer, we cannot be under the control of the computer. Similarly, the whole of creation, which is an emanation from Bhagavan, is under his control, and hence he is Prakritehe Param. He transcends Prakriti. At the same time, Alakshyam Sarva Bhutanam Antarbahir. But as we saw in the first verse, the whole of this thing is made up of him. So let us take any part of the creation. What is it made of? It is made of that Brahma Vastu. Whenever we say inside and outside, we talk of space. Only with space you can talk. Something is inside, something is outside. If you take a room, for example, something is inside the room and something could be outside the room. That is with respect to the room. It is all with respect to space. This concept of space itself emanates from that Brahma Vastu. So both Antar and Bahihi, Antaha means inside, Bahihi means outside, both of them exist in that Brahman only. This Akasha itself comes from that Brahman. For example, uh, this is a difficult example to give, but let us still take, we will begin from the gold example itself. Let us catch hold of that example and we will still take it. So that whole of that ring, let us say that ring is everything. You take a golden ornament, we have taken the ring as the ornament. You can say the ring is made of gold, but the ring itself is gold. If you say the whole creation to be ring, everything, if you make multiple parts in the ring, the left side of the ring is gold, the right side of the ring is also gold. So the whole thing is gold. Like that, Antar Bahir Avasthitam. Everywhere there is only that Brahma Vastu. Rather, my grandfather used to give a very nice example. To explain this Antar Bahir Avasthitam, you can take Akasha itself, space itself. See, space is everywhere. It is inside, outside, everywhere. But at the same thing, you are able to say inside and outside for space only. For example, if you say, if you keep your hand like this, you can show that there are 5 spaces. You could say there is space here, 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 and here. So you can, and on top, from here you could say there are 5 different holes. But at the same time, if you keep it like this, there are just 4 different holes. If you close your face, there is only one. But on the whole, Akasha is only one. There is no different, there is no 5 or 6 Akasha, there is only one Akasha. Similarly, there is only one Brahma Vastu. We just assume it to be multiple, and hence Antar Bahir Avasthitam. It is within and outside everything. Because it is like that itself, it is Alakshyam Sarvabhutanam. You cannot capture it with your senses. Your senses have emanated from that Brahma Vastu, and hence it is imperceptible. It is just invisible to all. We are always used to seeing something or tasting or smelling or something. But this Brahma Vastu is none of that. It is your own Atma. It is because of which all these senses are working, and hence it is invisible or imperceptible to all. That way, Alakshyam Sarvabhutanam Antar Bahir Avasthitam. So this is the first verse that she portrays Krishna with. Next. Maya Javanika Channam Ajna Adhokshajamavyayam. This Brahma Vastu, it is covered by the veil of Maya. That is why we are not able to see it immediately. Even though it is our own self, even though it is Atman, it is our own self, it seems to be covered by a veil of ignorance. Maya is another term for ignorance. Just like in the first example where we saw a mirage. So you keep seeing a mirage there till you are not told that it is somehow happens due to some reflection of the sun on the sand. Till you do not know that, you think that there is water there. Similarly, because of that ignorance of Brahma Vastu, it is covered, even though Brahma Vastu is right here and now, it is covered by that veil of ignorance. So, Achannam means covered. Javanika means screen. It is like a veil, a screen. Javanika Achannam. And now she refers to herself. I am Ajna. I am very ignorant. And hence, I also do not know. I do not know the true reality of you. You are right in front of us, but I do not understand that because you are adhokshajaha. Aksha means senses. Aksha usually means eyes, but in many cases it is used as a synonym for all panchendriyas, the 5 senses. Something that you can capture through aksha is akshaja. Mean anything in this world you can capture through your senses. You understand, we get knowledge through our senses only. You see them, you hear them, you touch, taste, or smell them. Something that cannot be captured through the senses is adhokshaja. And hence the name for Bhagavan as adhokshaja. Adhaha means below or within, something like that. Adhokshaja, one who is beyond the senses, one who is not perceptible by the senses. Adhokshajam avyayam, that Brahman is changeless. So you are that Brahma Vastu. A person like me cannot identify you, cannot understand you. And she gives an example, a beautiful example. A small child, or anybody for that matter, if you go watch a drama, something that is put on stage, and the actor is excellent in acting, then you forget that the actor is somebody. It might be some person who you know very close, but with all their makeup and the portrayal of the character, the kind of portrayal that they are giving, you will forget that they are who that person is. Like that, oh Krishna, you have taken this avatar and you are portraying that you are acting so well that we forget who that real Vastu that you are. That you are that Purna Bhagavan himself, we forget that. Just like an ignorant person who sits in the audience and thinks that this actor is that original, is the character instead of the real person, like that. Nataha Natyadharaha. Nataha means actor. Natyadhara means he has worn up some costume. He has taken up a theatrical costume. Like that, if he wears that and is acting beautifully, he would not be identified. Na lakshyase. Similarly, I am not able to identify you because I am an Ajna. So, from all our perspective, she is doing Stuti of Bhagavan. We are all ignorant. We don't understand you so easily. Hey Bhagavan, na lakshyase mudhadrisha nato natyadharo yatha. So, this is how she has begun her Stuti. We will continue seeing this in the next class. Ram 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 Sarvebhyaha. Now it is open for question answers. So we have covered the stotras, the meanings till whatever we had last class. From the next class, I think the stotra and meanings will match with each other, and we will be covering more shlokas and the meanings also. You can raise your hands for questions. I will allow you to talk. Namaste, Kalkrishnan Mahodaya.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I think you have been so good about this, and I've been listening to you for the last 3+ years. And my own suggestion is you ought to start thinking about going around the country speaking about whatever you're speaking about generally. So congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste. Thank you very much. Geeta, you may speak.
Mahoday.
Sorry, you got muted by mistake. Yes.
Shruyate va?
Shruyate.
Astu. Hari Om Mahoday. All the material that you have now displayed on the screen, I would like to go through it again, so that 2-3 times if I go through it, maybe I'll find different meanings at different readings also. That's also, I don't know. I have a feeling like that. So will it be available in the course page, Mahoday?
Yes, already the previous classes have been uploaded. Every class by Monday or Tuesday, it is being uploaded. It is all available in the course content.
Astu Mahoday, I just wanted to know that, because I read it again and again, and then I assimilate it, cherish it, and try and absorb and understand what it is, how much I'm able to absorb, and where I stand is all
Also,
that I'm thinking.
Under the material in all those course pages, there is a part for discussion. So any of you want to share your thoughts there, you can discuss. If you put your thoughts, I am sure other people will also be able to see. So you can all use that forum for discussion. If possible, I will show on the screen. But in all the materials, whether it is video or PDF, you will be able to see a discussion forum right below the materials. You can use that discussion forum for writing and answering, asking and answering questions. If there are any beautiful discussions there, I might also join in. Yes.
Mahoday,
Yes.
if for discussing something, I'll have to first read it and understand it. Only when I understand it properly, it is
Yeah,
fair
yeah.
on my part
No, I'm
to
just saying
discuss,
as a
Mahoday.
general announcement, I am just saying for everyone. Yes.
Yeah. No, that is my idea. This, if I understand it, then I'll be able to clarify doubts, or I'll be able to share my thoughts. That's why I asked you whether it's available. The course, Mahoday. Thank you. Dhanyawad,
Dhanyavad.
Bhagavani.
Anjali Giridhar Gupta.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mahodaya. Yeah, every time I miss my class, this is the first class. पहला कक्षा है मैं लाइव ज्वाइन कर पाई हूँ तो वही जैसे माता जी बात सेइंग वो मटेरियल जो है सारा जिस तरह ये स्लाइड्स आपने बनाया ना तोड़कर लाइक वन वन वर्ड एंड द मीनिंग इज गिवन अगर ये मटेरियल सारा हमारे पास होगा तो
ये
हम
मटेरियल
ज्यादा
सारा
अच्छे से
अवेलेबल है,
वो कर
अभी
पाएंगे
भी अवेलेबल है। वो जो क्लास में मैं दिखा रहा हूँ,
यही मुझे बस
क्लास
बोलना
की।
था कि अगर व्हाट्सएप में ये सब मटेरियल आ रहा है तो हम उसका वो ले सकते हैं प्रिंट आउट ले सकते हैं बिकॉज मुझे कहते हैं कि अगर मेरे पास बुक है तो मैं ज्यादा अच्छे से कर पाती हूँ
हाँ
ये
हाँ, ये प्रिंट आउट आप अभी
वीडियो
भी ले
होने से
सकते हैं।
बुक है लिखा हुआ है क्योंकि हम लोग ट्रेडिशनल लोग हैं बहुत पुराने लोग हैं हमारे टाइम किताब ही होता था ना तो मुझे ज्यादा अच्छा लगता है कि मैं उसका प्रिंट आउट लेकर अपने पास तो यही मुझे आपको बोलना था और बहुत अच्छा क्लास है मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है ये सब पढ़ना ना मेरा बहुत दिल करता था कि मुझे ये सब पढ़ना आ जाए लेकिन क्योंकि मेरे हिंदी भी बहुत अच्छा नहीं तो इसलिए मेरे को अभी बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है धन्यवाद आपका
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। अभी आप बहुत लोग पूछ रहे हैं, इसलिए मैं दिखाता हूँ। आई विल जस्ट शो यू द स्क्रीन वेयर आई होप यू आर एबल टू सी दिस। Where this is, when you go to access your course, you will be able to see this on the left side. You should be able to see your scripts, and each lesson is being uploaded. Here in the PDF section, every class, whatever presentations I share, they'll be available here as PDFs. You will be able to download them. If you can see my mouse
ओके
here, you can
या
download and print them. Yes, you are allowed
सही
to download and print them. So please use this for those who you want print or you want to access it offline. This is absolutely available. And below, this is where I said you can create new posts and discuss about this, or you can share your thoughts with others. This is also available right here in the course
थैंक
materials.
यू
So under the
थैंक यू
lessons,
सो
all
मच
this is available. So please use these
ओके
resources widely so that you can make the best use of them.
थैंक यू महोदय थैंक यू दिस इज गोइंग टू बी वंडरफुल
Aditi, you may speak.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, I can. Yes.
Yeah. So, on that slide where I think there was a Antar Mukha and the Bahir Mukha, that slide. So, in this, I think what I understood is he's somebody who's dwelling inside as well as dwelling outside. So, what struck me was I don't know if it is the right connection, but in Lalita Sahasranamam there's a line called Antar Mukha Samaradhya Bahir Mukha Sudurlabha.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I always like whenever I hear about Vedas or I try to understand, I don't know anything, but I'm just trying to learn. So we always talk about Brahman or somebody as someone who's inside us, and so and that Lalita Sahasranamam that pada came to my mind. So I'm a bit confused to say
There
the
is,
least.
see that verse, especially when, since you quoted from Raita Asrama, but it's slightly off topic, but I will clarify here because the word is here. There it clearly says, see, Brahman, nowhere it is said it is only inside, there is nothing. See, inside is also space. That whole concept of space should be erased to understand that Vastu of Brahman. Brahman
Okay.
is the foundation for space. Space exists in Brahman. So this is something that you have to be clear about. But it is not like there is a room and then Brahman fills the room. No. The
Okay.
whole of the universe exists in Brahman. And hence what you call as space also exists in that Brahman. This is what all the Upanishads and everything says. So to make it more poetic and easier to understand, we say antar bahir avastitim. We are used to saying inside, outside, inside body, inside room, outside room. And hence to show that omnipresence of Brahman, we say antar bahir avastitim. And
Okay.
that Lalita Sahasranama says antarmukha samaradhya because it is easier to find that Brahman inside yourself. It is clearly evident as your consciousness, as your Atma Vastu. When you try to search for it outside using senses and you try to search everywhere, then you will not find it. Meaning, it is there as your own self, and hence it is easier to find as your own self. That's what that verse in Lalita means. Hence,
Okay.
it's a very, very big topic. You will get more clarity as we go. All these verses are going to be dealing with similar concepts. So, hopefully, by the end of the course, you should have better clarity.
Yeah, it seems like a multi-dimensional, like I think it's like a multi-dimensional understanding. Every time you try to understand one dimension, that there are 3, 4 other dimensions that come up. But thank you so much.
Dhanyavad. Just to let you all know, do not think too much about this and break your heads. Okay, as we go forward, many things will start making sense. You might think today's class it was so much difficult, or many things went above my head. The first class itself, I told, no worries about that. As we keep going, the previous concepts will become clearer and clearer. And then when we have finished a couple of stutis or 3 stutis, you will get a better clarity. Anyway, and you can speak. And then Chandrasekhar.
Namaste. I was asking also in the question and answers, Adhi, Atmik, Adhyatmika, Adhibhautika, and Adhidaivika, they all have Adhi. Does this mean something special? It's like Anupasarga, or does it add to the meaning?
Vyakarana, if you say Upasarga, Adhi means related in that. Adhyatmika means in the body, like related to the body. Adhibhautika means something that is related to all the other beings, bhutas. Adhidaivika is something that is related to the Daiva, nature, Prakriti.
Okay. Thank you so
That
much.
Yes. Good. Chandrasekharan.
Pranamacharya. The question is, which is the right time to either read this Panchastuti, because they say the Gajendra Moksha should be chanted or recited in the Brahma Muhurta. So is this the same Bhagavatam also should be chanted during the Brahma Muhurta?
See, Gajendra Stuti also, the Parashruti says Prageyaha, meaning you recite it in the morning. That means it is good to recite in the morning. Does not mean you should not recite it at any other time. There is no restriction on reciting at other time. But it is very beneficial, as you say, to recite it early in the morning. Because Bhagavan itself at the end of Gajendra Stuti says so. The whole of Bhagavatam can usually be recited at any time during the day. That is how all these stutis are.
No, one more thing. These materials, the printed materials, what we are showing in the slides, I tried to access because we are not so technical savvy. So if I could get a link to this, how to go about? Though you have
Uh,
showed me the slide.
Yeah, yeah.
I think,
I will
yeah.
try to post the link on
WhatsApp.
the WhatsApp group. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Dhanyavad.
Thank you. Who else is there? So somebody. Nivedita Gulati. Then Padma.
Namaste, sir. You explained that Parikshit was protected by Bhagwan, and he was called Bhagavat Dash. What? I could not understand. You told 2, 3 times, but still I could not.
Bhagavad Rata.
Still, I have
It might
not
come.
understood.
I will type. I will type
Okay. Thank you.
chat
Thank
or
you.
something for
Okay.
you.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyway.
Mhm.
Namaste.
Next, Padma, you may ask. Yes.
Namaste. It's so beautiful. I'm so enjoying it so well. You're so beautifully explaining everything. And thank you so much. Like, we're so fortunate and thankful to you, Vyoma, for having you. And then And one thing is, can we get this stutis in different languages? Like,
Yes. We
so
have
that
been
we can
preparing.
just
We are
print
just
it out.
reviewing.
Pardon?
We have created it in 4 other scripts. We are
Oh,
just reading. I will upload it this.
okay. Thank you, Guruji, so much. Thanks a lot.
And then Ashok, then Jyoti Singh.
Can I speak? I'm Jyoti Singh.
From sir.
Ashok, first Ashok, then Jyoti.
Yeah. So, you mentioned that, in the discussion that all Pandavas perished in the Mahabharata war. But I think 5 brothers were still there, till after many years they were there. Dharma, Bhima, and the 5 brothers were
No.
there.
I meant the Upa Pandavas, Pandavas' children, Draupadi's 5 children.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
That is what I meant. That is what I referred to, not the Pandavas themselves.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Sorry to interrupt. One question is, you said Bhishma was also there when Bhagavatam was there, Parikshit was listening. So I just want you to clarify that. Like Bhishma, I thought, I don't know, he waited for Uttarayana and then so he...
Correct. So he waited for Uttarayana and then Parikshit is still not born. He is still just protected the womb as of now in the story that I have told. And Bhishma is still alive. He is still on the bed of arrows.
Oh, when Parikshit got moksha, he is still alive?
No. Parikshit moksha is not this part. See, Parikshit is just protected within the womb. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Until that time.
Right. So Uttara is Garbhini, Bhishma is on the bed of arrows. That is the portion.
Oh, thank you.
Acharya, I just wanted to thank, and really I'm blessed, I just love the way you give a nice smile when you're speaking. I thought I should tell from all of us, we really enjoy it. I have one small question, maybe it's too early to ask. Will you be continuing after this 5 stutis into the other parts of Srimad Bhagavatam?
That is our desire, as Bhagavan wills, so it will go.
Yeah.
It would be nice if you complete the whole Bhagavatam, I'm sure.
Exactly. Yes.
It is such a big thing, but it's to ask, but it'd be very fortunate.
Yes. We'll be fortunate if you could please put that in your thing so that, we would be able to complete our part of. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Acharya. Very nice. I really long for this class every week.
Namaste.
Thank you. Namaste.
Krishna.
Ram, sir. It's me, Madhavi. Krishna is my son's name. Ram, sir. Firstly, I'd like to thank you for articulating such in-depth knowledge in such a beautiful and simplistic way, which is understandable by even children. So my son, who is 12-year-old, even he understands the language so well. Though we know that this is such an in-depth knowledge that you're sharing with us. Sir, my question is, generally, whenever there are 2 to 3 words together, we try to do viched and we try to make an understanding of those particular words together. So here, when we say alakshyam sarva bhutanam, alakshyam means that which doesn't have any lakshya, right? And sarva is everywhere. Bhutanam is the bhuta, the objects. So if we generally this is how we try to in our little knowledge of Sanskrit that we have, we try to do this. How does it come out to be as an invincible, like you are saying that this entire thing together is invisible or imperceptible? So could you please explain this, sir?
So the word lakshya does not mean only goal or something. Here lakshya, see, for a sense, for my eyes, anything that I see is lakshya. My eyes, the lakshya is any color. Usually eyes perceive color only. Okay. For eyes, lakshya is color. Say, bhuta here means all beings. The connotation here for bhuta here means all living beings. Let us say manushyas, anything you can take for example. Sarva bhutanam, by all living beings, You are not perceptible. Alakshyam. Lakshya here means whatever perception. For eyes, color is perception. For ears, sound is perception. For your skin, touch is perception. So whichever sense you take, you are alakshyam. Whatever sense indriya you might take, you are alakshyam for all the beings. And hence I use the simple one word as any sense you will have to perceive. So you are imperceptible to all beings.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, sir. That's very nice.
Geeta Sharma and then Maya.
Namo Namah.
Namo
Guruji.
Namaha.
So thank you very much for being so patient and with your recitations and your explanations. So this the special sound that we make after a visarga, you said it is made if it is coming before pa and anywhere else?
No, that special sound is only for pa and pa. Alpa prana and mahaprana, pa only.
Oh, pa and pa. Okay, pa, both. Okay.
Pa and
Thank you.
pa.
Yes, pa and pa. Thank you so much.
Maya.
Namaste, Guruji. Thank you so much. It's been a wonderful class. I just had one doubt about this Antar Bahir Avastitam. So I understood that concept of the Brahma Vastu being both inside and outside, but how does space exactly fit into this sloka?
Space, I just gave space as an equivalent example because it is possible to understand it using space. See, the Akasha, as we call it, Akasha is within and outside of all other objects. Any object you take, let us take, I will take the speaker for example. Is there space within the speaker? Space outside the speaker, you know, there is space outside the speaker. The speaker can be in the space only because there is space already present there. If I move it, see there is space here. Now if I move it, there was space here. Now speaker is in space. So within speaker also there is space. Outside speaker also there is space. So that is an example I gave to understand similar, to at least imagine something similar for Brahman. But that Brahman, for space itself, it is like that. So then it goes beyond perception. That's why it's alakshyam.
Oh, okay, okay. Thank you, Guru.
To a certain extent, was it clear? Yes.
Yes. Thank you.
Girija and then Revati.
ஹலோ நமஸ்காரம். உங்களோட கிளாஸ் எக்ஸலண்ட்டாக இருந்ததுன்னு சொல்கிறதுக்கு தான். அண்டு நீங்கள் போடுற ஸ்லைடில் போடுற மீனிங் எல்லாம் நான் புக்கை வச்சு நான் அதில் வந்து மீனிங்ஸ் எழுதின்னு இருக்கேன். ஸோ தட் இட்ஸ் பியூட்டிஃபுல்லி எக்ஸ்பிளைன்டு. ஸோ படிக்கும்போது நல்லா புரியும். ரொம்ப 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 தேங்க்ஸ். ரியலி லுக்கிங் ஃபார்வர்ட் டு யுவர் கிளாஸ் எவ்ரி சாட்டர்டே. ரொம்ப நல்லா இருந்தது. ரொம்ப ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ். அது சொல்ல தான் ஐ ஜஸ்ட் வாண்டட் டு அப்ரிஷியேட். எக்ஸ்ட்ரீம்லி குட். நான் எழுதின்னு இருக்கேன், நோட் புக் வச்சு எழுதின்னு இருக்கேன். ஸோ தட் இமீடியட்டா
That's how it should happen. You should keep a notebook for it and make notes by yourself.
So that ஈஸியா இருக்கும். அப்பப்போ படிக்கலாமே. No need to keep looking into the computer தேடி கேடின்னு பண்ணாம அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அதுதான்.
Suggestion for everyone. You should you should keep your own notebook. I'm sure many of you are doing.
ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ்.
Revati Tirumalai Sami.
Namo Namaha Mahadya. Small doubt. Kritipiki ityukte, the person who have done punyas.
Correct. Kriti. Yes. So in Saundarya Lahari, the first verse has similar this thing, no?
So satyo hritya vartyate atra, meaning the person who have desired to have punyam. Is it that?
No. Sadyo hridyavarudhyate is a different meaning. Sadyo hridyavarudhyate means, sadhyaha means immediately, like very quickly. Hridi in the heart. Avarudhyate is to come or enter.
Oh, instantly it should come.
Instantly, Ishvara comes instantly there. Bhagavan comes there instantly, comes to the heart, comes to your heart instantly.
That we should desire. Then only we get, we become a punya. Is it that, Mahodaya?
You should desire to listen to the Bhagavatam. By listening to the Bhagavatam, Bhagavan comes into your heart. And you will have that desire only if you have previous punya.
Okay. We will be desirable only if we have punya. Okay. That is the meaning of that Satyo Kritya Varatyate.
Correct.
Okay. Dhanyawad, Mahodaya. We are blessed to have your to be your student, Mahodaya. Dhanyawad.
Tailaja.
Ram Mahodaya. Firstly, thank you very much. And one doubt, Mahodaya. Like for all the Puranas, it is said that this is Paramotkrishta. Then how do we justify this? This is Paramotkrishta. How do we justify?
See, there are so many mothers and so many children across the whole world. For every mother, her own child is the greatest child. Correct or not? Whichever you come. Similarly, for every person who is devoted to that Daivam, that is the greatest. So but among all this is a general explanation. But nevertheless, Bhagavatam, when you objectively see all the Puranas, the language and the state from which it has been composed or written or revealed has a uniqueness to it. There is no doubt about that. See, the whole of Mahabharatam is great, but Bhagavad Gita has a separate status. Vishnu Sahasranamam from Mahabharatam has a separate status. Similarly, among all the Purana Grantha, just by the content and the beauty of elucidation, the kind of concepts it puts forth, and the kind of things it deals with, that is why it is said to be the greatest. But every Purana actually does not have such a statement that it is the greatest among everything. Here actually there is a Vyasa Narada Samvada, where Narada tells Vyasa that you have already written so much, but I want you to write something unique, and hence it gets its uniqueness.
Thank you, Mahodaya.
Lakshmi NRS.
Namaste, Mahodaya. First of all, thank you very much. I am very blessed to be part of your class. And like someone else already pointed, we will be grateful if you can take up the whole of Bhagavatam. It will be our Kruta Punya if we can hear it from you. That is what, please think over it, and at least in future you take up that. It will be very, very, we'll be very blessed if we can listen it from you, the whole of Bhagavata. Thank you very much. We are very, very grateful to be part of this. Thank you.
As Bhagavan. Dhanyavada sarvebhyah. Namo namah sarvebhyah. Agrima Shanivasare Punaha Milamaha. On August 9th, we will meet again. Ram Ram.